Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to learn how to make this beautiful shirt with ruffle sleeve. Okay, if that is what you want to learn how to make for yourself, then keep watching this video till the very end and let's head straight to it. So I'm starting off on my basic bodies. If you want to learn how to make this from scratch for a shirt, there is a link in the comment section that I dropped. You want to click there and watch how to make this from scratch for a shirt. Now this one is fitted, it has a dart. So the very straight line you saw is my bust apart measurement, and I'm going to be marking ½ inch on the waistline for my dart, and also the length of my dart, which is 4 inches towards the hip region. I went ahead to use my ruler to connect that ½ inch to the bust point, to the waist region, to the hip region. That is the length of my dart, and I did same thing, and this is my dart. Now we're going over to connect or to form the side bust dart, because this shirt is a fitted one. Okay, so 3 inches downwards for my side bust dart, and from the 3 inches additional 1 inch to form the dart. I went ahead to mark it in like so, and here we have all the darts we need to make this fitted shirt. So now you're going to be cutting inwards. You're going to be cutting the darts inside like so. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do want to subscribe. Click the bell notification icon so you'll be notified whenever I post lovely tutorials like this. Do want to like this video and share it to other sewing platforms where you feel they'll be needed so others can benefit from it. Having cut my dart, this is what the front looks like. Okay, this is what your front pattern should look like. Now heading over to the back, same thing. I've already imputed my bust apart line, so we can impute our dart. On the waistline, I'll be marking ½ inch like so. I'm starting off from here because the tutorial I dropped the link in the comment section is a free shirt and it doesn't have a dart in it. So I'm going to be connecting to my dart length like so, connecting also to this point and back to the top part of it. And you'll want to cut it open to have this like so. Now heading over to the sleeve, I went ahead to label back, front on my sleeve. And I also went ahead to mark dotted lines to indicate the center of my sleeve. You know that the sleeve is, will I put it, is the kind of the eye-catchy design of this very shirt. So you want to pay close attention to the sleeve pattern. Now I marked 3 inches from my wrist and I'm going to be squaring that line across like so. Now the next thing I'm going to do is from the back, please take note, from the back, you're dividing this part into two from the center towards the back. Whatever you get to square it down like so. So having done that, I'm extending this part to 2 inches. You can use 2.5, 3 inches, whatever that works for you. So I went ahead to extend it. Basically, we are trying to create the sleeve cuff. Okay, like the basic shirt sleeve, the way it should be. That is what I'm trying to create. As you can see, the one I'm putting on top of the screen, it has a sleeve cuff, all right, like a basic shirt, despite the ruffled sleeve design. So now we're going to be cutting this from here like so. And watch carefully what I'm doing. You want to take it here and tape it down. Then I went ahead to do some necessary labelings. Of course, this is the part where we're going to put in the button and the buttonhole. So I labeled up, down, whatever you know you're going to label to help you while sewing, so you don't place it wrongly while sewing. And this is what the sleeve cuff looks like. We're going to be setting it aside. Now, the next thing we are going to do is, remember we're trying to form ruffles on our sleeve. Okay, now I'm going to be dividing this sleeve into 6 pieces, 6 panels, whichever one. We're going to be dividing our sleeve into 6, and that is what I'm doing now. There is no measurement for this. Just make sure you're dividing equally. Just try your best to see that they are some sort of equal. They must not necessarily be all that equal, but just see that it's not obviously that they are not equal. They are kind of equal. As you can see what mine looks like. I went ahead to label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very necessary, so you don't misplace the patterns. I'm labeling B for the back part, and this is the center, and of course F for the front sleeve. Very, very important. You have to do this. Very important. So having done this now, this is what the sleeve looks like. I'll go ahead to cut this one after the other. Okay, I'll go ahead to cut these whole panels one after the other. And having cut it, we'll set it aside. Now heading over to cutting all the patterns on the fabric. We are starting off from the basic front. I folded my pattern into two and I placed it. You want to make sure you have enough allowance for the buttonhole and the button space. So I'm marking 3 inches. That is the allowance I'm using for my buttonhole and the button space allowance. I'm placing my pattern on top of this place right now. Okay, I'll go ahead to use something and just hold it down. Now if you watch closely, we don't want the dart to touch our nipple, so I came down by 1.5 inches before marking in the dart. And you want to see that I'm marking the dart on the right side of the fabric. If you look closely at the very particular one we are recreating on top of the screen, you see the way I sewed up the dart. Okay, so that's why I'm marking it on the right side. I also went ahead to leave 1.5 inches before marking the side bust dart. So having done that, this is what the front pattern or the front design looks like after cutting it out on the pattern. Then we'll go ahead to cut the back. I'm folding my fabric on fold for the back, okay? So now we're marking in the darts. For this side, we're marking it on the wrong side. I'm stitching it like the normal way you stitch up your darts. Then we'll go ahead to cut it out. After cutting it out, sorry, this is what the back looks like. You want to flip it over so you can impute your dart or trace out your dart at the other side. You know you did it on one side, you want to do it on the other side. Same thing for the front. You want to flip over and trace out your dart on the other side. Now heading over to the sleeve, which is the main thing that we've been waiting for. I'm going to be placing these whole patterns according to your numbers. We're going to be placing it accordingly. So this one, the space there wasn't enough. I had to place it that side. And I haven't done that. The next thing we are going to do is to cut this whole stuff out. And after cutting it out, this is what it looks like. You want to make sure you retain your pattern like this till you're done sewing this sleeve. Just make sure you keep it somewhere like this till you're done sewing the sleeve. Let's head straight to the sewing. We'll come back to the sleeve. I'm going to head to sew up my front, the dart. Can you see that? And also the buttonhole and the button space area. So this is what the front design looks like. Okay, I'll go ahead to take my back, which I've sewed up the dart also, and we are joining right side to right side. We are going to be joining the shoulder, and of course we'll shapen the sides. After joining the shoulder, we'll go ahead to shapen the sides. That is what I'm going to do right now. So having done that, the next thing is the collar. I already went ahead to join my collar. You want to also check that link in the comment section for how to cut and sew up a collar perfectly. So here is my collar, and I'll go ahead to attach it to the already bodies that we shaped. All right, we'll go ahead to attach it there. I marked my center notch on the bodies and also on the collar. So you want to sew this up first like this all the way down. I explained in that link in the video that I dropped the link in the comment section. You want to check it out, it's well detailed. So I'm going ahead now to sew up my collar. And I haven't sewed up my collar. This is what it looks like. You guys, can you see that? Very neat. I'm going to sew up my collar, and this is what it looks like. Very neat. The front and the back. Very neat. So I'm just checking out the shares, and we'll head back to the sleeve. We are going back now to work on the sleeve. Now you want to know that this sleeve has 6 panels, but it has kind of 5 places to join. You want to measure from the center all the way down. I have 21 inches, right? 21 inches. Now remember I said you have 5 places to join. Despite having 6 panels, you have 5 places to join. Just bear in mind we measured 21 inches as our length. Now the next thing we are going to do is you want to cut out a long strap of organza fabric that is long enough so that by the time you gather it, it's going to be forming ruffles on the length. Remember the length is 21 inches. So you need something way longer than 21 inches, maybe 42 or 47 or 50. Then for the width, you'll be needing about 5 inches or 6 inches. You want to sew on half an inch. Okay, you want to sew this all up on half an inch and also gather on that half an inch. I'll show you guys exactly what I did right now. So I'm gonna have to sew up this part. This is what it looks like. Can you see? This is what the first part I sewed up look like. And I will show you what the whole of the sleeve that I sewed up look like. This is what the whole of the sleeve with all the ruffles on it. This is what it looks like. It was already getting late here, but there was light and I decided to continue filming. Now we have the basic sleeve. Can you see that? This is just the basic sleeve with ruffles on it. You're going to be sewing it just the normal way you sew up your sleeve and attach it to your shirt. And that is all. And this is what it looks like on me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.